Roadcaster Mike.
Roadcaster.
Something, man.
All right, bet.
Best joint
When-
I'm
you
not
can't get hit with the banana in the tailpipe once you know about the banana in the tailpipe. You come outside, you see a banana peel hanging out of your tailpipe. You can't get tricked by that, and you keep getting tricked by it. But anyway, man, welcome back to Man Down Sports. We live, man. We live. Welcome back to Man Down Sports, man. We got a cool show, man. Football and basketball. We got to hit. We here with Lamar from IOW Sports. I leave the link of IOW Sports YouTube channel in the description, and then we got Jay and LaCour. I keep calling you LaCour like we still in the military, but Chris is here, Jay is here. Of course, I'm here. So we go rock it for about an hour, maybe hour and a half to try to get through this stuff, man. We got reacting to Gilbert Arenas on his show, Gil's Arena, talking about Hall of Fame and what type of players don't deserve to be in there. And we got to preview AFC East and West, and then we go reveal our top 25. If we can get to all 25, it'd be cool, but we might be only do 10 maybe, but we'll get through at least 10 of our top fantasy football players, and we'll try to finish the 25 on another show. But other than that, man, hey, I'm good, man. We just got finished drafting in our league, Lamar, you know that. And yeah, I got another one, big dog.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Good? Man, yeah, you might, all your spaces must be filled up because I ain't get the invite, man. What the hell, bro?
Yeah, it's the same league as last year. Nobody dropped out.
Yeah, it's all
nobody
good.
dropped out. Yeah, I would have had to. I created a second league, but yeah, I created a second league. However,
hey, Cass and Corey in there.
Yeah, Cass and Corey in there. That's actually Corey calling me right now, and I don't know why he called. Hey, you live and we recording. I don't know why you calling me. What you want, man? Corey.
Hey.
What you want, man? We live, man. Hurry up.
I see y'all live.
Hey, what you want, man? Dang, man. You want to talk about your team? Call back when we get on fantasy. How about that?
I don't want to talk about no basketball. I want to talk about this football.
All right, bet. Well, when we get on football, call back. You already know what it is.
Yeah, bet.
All right, bet.
He can't wait.
He can't wait. His football season. He's coming out of hibernation. But anyway, man, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Gilbert Arenas on his podcast. Look, it's been a lot of stuff that they've been saying. I don't know if he purposely putting this good content out there, but I like some of his takes, even if they're on one end of the spectrum and they're in extreme or whatever. I like it because, you know, he got McCants there. He got Brandon Jennings. He got Nico Grimes. They say a lot of good stuff, man. They say a lot of bad stuff, but either way it goes, we get to react to it. So I'm gonna play for y'all what he said about the Hall of Fame, and then we're gonna have a conversation about it, and then we're gonna move on to some football. But this is what Gilbert Arenas and Rashawn McCants had to say about the Hall of Fame and the players that we are allowed to get in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Maybe not on the surface, like, oh, this dude's a guaranteed Hall of Famer, but even somebody like Robert Horry, which we've talked about, we got 7 chips.
Cap.
7 chips, Gil.
Ooh. Listen, Hall of Fame is like it's like a gang, right?
Yeah.
It's like the top of the top, the cream of the top, what we all aspire to get to. It is the door, that green door in the sky,
like
right?
The green jacket in the Masters.
Right, it's the green jacket in the Masters. Your fucking team success shouldn't have nothing to do with that door.
100%.
You got 5 championships. Congratulations to you. That is amazing. You know, you can sit there at your house when you're talking to, doing interviews 30, 20 years from now, you got your 5 rings on. But if you can't be in that door where there's a Michael Jordan, a Larry Bird, that you can't be in there with no fucking mediocre stats. Like this is I don't know what the fuck that some of these people shouldn't even be in it. I'm sorry, because of the names that's in there. You're supposed to be an apex. Hall of Fame should be the number 1 option or a great ass number 2. You're talking about you 4th, 5th and shit, get longevity. Get the fuck out of here with that. You're supposed to be apex.
So you saying as a monster, you were considered a monster. You should be.
Not consider you are.
You are a monster. So is it more stats-based monsters or skill-based monsters?
Your skill is what makes you a monster, but if you don't have enough years to
get the stats.
To get the stats. But your team success shouldn't have nothing to do with this.
So you would,
right? So it's like somebody like Robert Horry. Come on.
All right, man. He said a couple of names, man, but players like Draymond Green, who are not the number one option, not the number two option. You know, they're role players. They helped out, but they were on a team that actually won some championships and stuff like that. And that's been getting them paid their whole career, and it's going to take them right into the Hall of Fame and probably the next top 100 list that come out. You know, they'll probably be on that, man. But is that the right way to do it? You know, does the Hall of Fame need to be just grabbing role players? You know, what y'all think about it?
By Hall of Fame in every other sport is the elite of the elite.
Okay.
And I guess a sport like football, you could be a really good player on a really bad team and not impact the game enough to win. You know what I mean? Let's say you are a left tackle. That has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with your defense giving up the blitz every year. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely I would have to say that I agree with Gilbert as far as team success shouldn't even be a catalyst in considering Hall of Fame players. I just seen that comment. Gil is better than at least 25 players in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and if we that's easy. That's
and,
easy.
And,
but
and
did Gil have a Hall of Fame career though? I don't know if he had a Hall of Fame career.
No, it wasn't. His sustained greatness it didn't last long enough.
Right.
Like if he could have carried that out maybe an additional 3 years, then no question.
Yeah, I was talking to Chris earlier today. I was like, man, because Chris told me, he was like, man, maybe since there's no criteria for Hall of Fame, which is not, there's no criteria for MVP, there's no criteria for none of these major awards these people are getting. If there was a criteria, what would it look like? And Chris was like, man, probably we should come up with a criteria just to do it. And I was like, what would be the first criteria? And what I said is you would have to have a display of far superior performance. You would have to have a display of superior performance, and you would have to sustain it for at least 8 years.
8 was the number in my mind. It's crazy. I was just about to say 8 seasons of dominance.
Yeah. Superior dominance, right? And then we would have to define what superior means and what it looks like in basketball. But Lamar, what was your thoughts on what he said? Do you agree or disagree? First of all, did anybody agree with or disagree with what he said?
It's kind of, I hate kind of being on the fence because parts of it I was with, as in, you know, you can't just be based off of team success, you know, but at the same time, I kind of disagree with that because Robert Horry done something historic, you know, getting 7 championships and making clutch moments part of those championships. Same with Draymond Green. Warriors don't exist championship wise without Draymond. I mean,
that's a true statement, but is that Hall of Fame worthy though? Because the way he said, he was like, "Look, this is where Larry and Mike belong."
Yeah, but I'm telling you, but they've putting people in our Hall of Fame of any sport because of team success. That's what they've been doing.
I don't think we should do it no more.
And real quick, the Warriors can win the championship without Draymond Green, but with a Draymond Green type player. Or
with KD. Like, okay, if we lose Draymond and he gives us all this attitude in the locker room and this toughness on the court, how we go overcompensate it? Oh, we go overcompensate by having somebody like KD. And with now skill. Okay, we got KD and Steph. Yeah, ain't no way you can stop that.
I get what
just get some other defenders.
I get what y'all saying, but name a championship the Warriors have won without Draymond.
Yeah, but I think that's a true statement that they haven't won without Draymond. but that doesn't that it's not a true statement that they can't win without Draymond. The only reason why they haven't won without Draymond is because he was on the roster.
Right.
He was on the roster every time they had a championship team.
Well, maybe I should have worded it as in they haven't shown they haven't won it without Draymond. I'll say that. Is that fair?
Okay. All right. So their team owner and their head coach are going to have to admit that even though Steph Curry is a top 10, possibly top 15
all-time
player of all time, he is not that important because we can't build a championship team around him without this one guy.
Oh, I would never disagree with you on that.
So I wouldn't. But even if you say he was that important to their team and their success, he's still not a Hall of Fame player and didn't have a Hall of Fame career. He was on. Can you stand alone? Like, can you stand alone? Can I take Draymond off the Warriors and say, okay, Draymond, show me how much of an importance you are, and go do this somewhere else? Because what they keep telling Kevin Durant is win without Golden State. Well, no one is telling Curry and Draymond to win without Golden State. Because what I can tell you is Kevin Durant talent is a standalone. He's been in OKC, still Kevin Durant. Went to the Warriors, still Kevin Durant. True. Went to Brooklyn, still Kevin Durant. Went to Phoenix, still Kevin Durant. He's still a Hall of Fame player wherever he go. Can Curry and Draymond travel like that? I don't think Draymond can.
First of all, to be a Hall of Famer, in my opinion, you have to be able to transform any franchise you go to. Period. Like, even if it doesn't mean like championships per se, I think championships and team success are front office awards, because you got to have the right coach, you got to have the right personnel. Like, it's so much that goes into winning the championship. But if you put Draymond on the Hornets, does he make the Hornets better?
Yeah, he make them better because he's good. He's just not a Hall of Famer. Chris, get in here.
Yeah.
So, one thing I was thinking about, and I remember hearing this a while ago, the Basketball Hall of Fame is the only Hall of Fame that's not dedicated to one league. The NFL has its own Hall of Fame. The MLB has its own Hall of Fame. Even college football has its own Hall of Fame. But Basketball Hall of Fame encompasses everything basketball. So that's why I feel there's no criteria for the Basketball Hall of Fame, because it's more than just the NBA. So you can't put a criteria on who gets in, because it's people who get in that don't do NBA things. It's WNBA players, it's women's coaches, it's referees get in, coaches get in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so that's why there's no criteria, which makes it harder to be like, who deserves to get into the Hall of Fame. Getting into the case of your Draymonds and your Robert Horrys, right? Draymond got the 4 rings with Golden State. Robert Horry got his 7. Right place, right time, right? But my thing about it is yes, rings are team success, and you can't really count it towards individual accolades as heavy, but you still have to take into account somebody got these rings, right? So to explain that, right? Draymond has 4 rings, but he wasn't as impactful on those 4 rings as Steph Curry was. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, and he's not the player that Steph Curry. I mean, forget the rings. If you didn't have the rings, would you be a Hall of Famer? Like that, the answer to that should be yes. Even without the rings, you would be a Hall of Famer. Or even without you playing, because how far down the roster do you go on a team that won 4 rings? How far down the roster do you say? Because Iguodala was important.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Like, how far down the roster do you go, and who all can eat as far as how we look at their legacy? Who all can eat off those championships?
Once you get into
I think the reward you get is being called a champion is what you should get from winning the ring. I don't think you should get further rewards by saying, and let's consider that for them for Hall of Fame, because some of these players ain't that type of players, man. They just ain't, man. Like I can't go all the way down the roster and say, oh, they won 4 rings, so let's reward all of them with Hall of Fame votes.
In the same vein, team success and championships also shouldn't be considered or mentioned in GOAT debates.
I don't know about that one.
Actually, real quick to
I
answer
don't know about that
question,
one because it's a debate amongst the people who propelled those teams to get those rings.
Mhm.
Like we're taking a team that won rings and won multiple rings, and we're saying who was the guy for that? LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, Durant, Curry. Those are the main guys. Wilt. And in that debate, yes, that conversation can be had. But when you say, all right, now let's look and see who we go vote for Hall of Fame, and we start naming these names, and then you come across a name like Malone, and then you come across a name like Draymond, those are both power forwards. Draymond should not be getting the same type of consideration by being a fourth player, the fourth best player on the championship team. And then in a conversation with Karl Malone, who is a one of one.
I do agree with what Gil said there. He was like, you got to be the number one or a damn good number two.
Exactly. Number one.
Okay.
Lamar, is Chris Bosh a Hall of Famer? That's what Anthony Price was asking.
Technically, he is because he got in 2021.
Yeah, and his legacy isn't being a role player because he was a catalyst and a franchise play as Toronto. So we know he's got Hall of Fame talent.
Busy in Toronto.
That's what I was about to say. He got, man. That's what got recruited him to Miami was how dominant he was in Toronto, and he was doing it on the team where he wasn't going to carry it to a championship status because of what else was around him. But hey, man, he was getting busy. He was putting up numbers. Yeah. But let me ask you this: so does that make Deion Sanders right when you should have a Hall of Fame and you should have a VIP room in that Hall of Fame? Because I think that's kind of this kind of scenario that we're in right here.
I think that'd be too confusing, and I think you're trying to accommodate too many people when you can just cut it off at this and say you ain't that. You know what I mean?
That's why I asked.
Or the NBA build a separate Hall of Fame.
Their own Hall of Fame.
I mean, because if you're talking about basketball Hall of Fame, I could make a case. I'm not making the case, but I can make a case for JJ Redick to be a Hall of Famer. I cannot make a case for JJ Redick to be an NBA Hall of Famer.
No, you can make a case for Christian Laettner for his college career too.
Yeah. But you can't make it to be an NBA. So separating the Naismith Hall of Fame versus the NBA Hall, like adding a NBA Hall of Fame would alleviate a lot of this.
You see, but that's what the top 50 and top 75 really is. The top 75 list is really the NBA Hall of Fame.
And if that's the case, then that's wrong too.
And that was decent when they did the 50, but when they came to 75, and they start saying, you ain't get the vax, Kyrie, so you ain't in there. Anthony Davis is in LA, and we marketing him to carry the league, so we go take him over you, Dwight, and you start doing stuff like that. That's when they messed that list totally up. That list is trash.
It's a boys club, man.
The 50 had a couple guys that shouldn't have been in there, in my opinion.
Couple though.
Yeah,
just a couple. And as far as snubs, how many snubs was in there? Not a lot. It wasn't a lot of snubs. They snubbed Dwight. They snubbed Vince Carter. They snubbed Kyrie. They snubbed.
No, they put
T-Mac
VC in there, didn't they?
No, VC or T-Mac ain't make it.
In the top 75?
No, VC, T-Mac, Dwight, Kyrie.
I need to see that.
Yeah. Because they got a whole starting five of snubs. Yeah. Yeah, I can make a start. If I had a team of Dwight at center, T-Mac at the 4, Vince at the 3, Kyrie at the point, and who was the other snub? Clay was snubbed as well. So at the 2 guard, that's a whole starting 5 of snubs.
Wow,
they could win a championship.
Yeah.
I agree that Dwight was snubbed from the 75. But I can't accept the argument that he's a Hall of Famer.
Why not?
It's the same thing. He is a Hall of Famer.
How?
Make your argument on why he's not, and I'll destroy it real quick. Go ahead.
What did he do?
Okay, all right. So,
Mel, is wait, LaCour, you serious about this?
He's serious.
I'm so serious. What did he do?
Oh, okay, go ahead, man.
All right. So you are aware he won 3 defensive player in the other years, 3 years in a row, right?
Yes.
All right. You are aware that you are aware he's top 10 in rebounds, and he's like number 11 in block shots right now, all time. Right. He's more rebounds than Rodman. More rebounds than Shaq. More rebounds than all of those guys, right? More blocks than Alonzo Mourning, more blocks than Mutombo. Now we got big men that are in the Hall of Fame just for blocks alone. Mutombo. We got people like Rodman is in the Hall of Fame for just for rebounds alone. He's outblocked Mutombo and Rodman both, and on top of that, he was giving you 23 plus a game and leading the team as the number one offensive threat to the championship against Kobe with a skeleton crew, right? And he sustained this over a 6-year period in Orlando. Not until his back injury did he start to slump off a little bit. So he's giving you way more offense than Zoe Mourning and Mutombo, and also more blocks than what they're known for, and more rebounds than Rodman. You can't say this man is a Hall of Famer.
I just wanted to hear a compelling argument, because for years everybody would say Dwight Howard is a Hall of Famer, and could nobody tell me why. And then when he got that ring in LA, everybody was like, "Oh, it's solidified now," and then was using the ring as that. I mean, him as a bench player, nobody could still tell me why. I just wanted to hear an argument. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no.
Hey, Anthony Price, short answer, no. But
what you mean? Ben Wallace is in the Hall of Fame.
But can you make it?
I think he is.
I remember
the same case that
Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman.
No, Ben Wallace is a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. The only 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, the only multi-time Defensive Player of the Year as an undrafted player.
That's great, but it was all defense. Dwight was defense, offense, and offense.
Well, Ben Wallace wasn't the number one option though.
No. There's no
because he couldn't
be from Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace went to D2 HBC.
Yeah. Not only was Ben Wallace not the number one option in Detroit, he was not an option.
An option, yeah.
He could bang.
No. Option number one was Rasheed. Number two was
option one. Number one was not Rasheed.
Number three was Rip. Number 4 was Tayshaun, and then the fifth option came off the bench.
Hey, that's just the guy that knows his role, man. He got a ring and he got a jacket. So
I think the fifth option was Lindsey Hunter off the bench. What's up, MJ?
The offense was not coming from Ben.
No, not at all.
It wasn't.
If he ever had to, they lost that game. If you ever did,
if you got to rely on Ben to get your scoring. Yep.
All right, man. Real quick, man. What y'all we doing AFC West first? Let's go AFC West, man.
Oh, that's easy, bro.
Easy, man. I'm glad I got the Kansas City Chiefs fans on here, man, so they can do it, man. Y'all can introduce it, man. I want to hear what y'all think. But you see the question down at the bottom, man.
Hey, Jay, you want me to end it real quick?
Yeah, after you, bro. Go ahead.
All right, so obviously Chiefs are taking it. You know who the bottom is. It's the Raiders. Broncos are going to come in third because you still don't have a quarterback. And Chargers are going to stay behind the Chiefs because the fact of the matter is you don't even know if your top 2 receiving options are even going to be able to play a whole season for you. All right, that's it. Take it away, Jay.
My friend, you're so close to being right, but this so wrong. There's no debate where the top lies. The top is Arrowhead.
None at all.
No debate. No.
Wow.
To answer your question, do the Chargers have a chance to dethrone the defending champs? The answer is no. The number one reason is their head coach. Period. Mm-hmm. He's going to get fired after this year. No, seriously. No amount of success will save his job because it's Super Bowl or bust for them, and there's a whole kingdom in the way. But Chargers will finish second, Raiders will finish third, and Broncos will bottom out. Listen, right now, and here's the bucket of the day. Jimmy G will have a better season than Russell Wilson.
Gino?
No, he said Jimmy.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G.
Yes.
You don't play long enough, bro. That's why
interesting.
Come on, Jay. You really think he's gonna play 17 games?
No, I don't, and I don't think Russell Wilson will either.
Yeah, Anthony Price just said the same thing you said, Jay. He said Brandon Staley is hurting the Chargers.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know how he still got a job after that collapse in the playoffs last year.
Because this the thing. When they had Lynn, he had them rocking and rolling.
Offensive mind.
Huh?
No, the answer to the question, he's young, white, and has a good offensive mind.
Yeah, they looking for that because the trend that was set by Shanahan, Sean McVay, and those guys, everybody was looking for the next guy that was like that.
The next boy wonder.
Yeah, they was looking for the next guy that was like that, man. And for a while, it looked like Staley could be that, man. But he does make some crazy decisions, man. Like, 2 years in a row, he cost them at critical times down the stretch, man. So.
And do they think that really getting Kellen Moore, who put Zeke at center, is gonna make it better?
Hey, but hold on. To defend that, Kellen Moore was putting a top 5 offense in the league just about every year while he was OC. So you can't sneeze at that. I mean,
oh no, man.
He got an upgrading quarterback.
So where the Chargers are gonna fall off at is number one. They're not as good as everybody think they are. They just not. Herbert is good, but he's not him.
Herbert's him, bro. Herbert's good, man.
Herbert's not him. In big time situations, he turns into Ryan Leaf in the helmet. Just gotta look.
MJ, who panics down the stretch? The coach or Herbert?
Both.
I think you're talking about Herbert.
Shit,
yeah, and no different.
So there's no chance the Kansas City Chiefs take a step back and don't win this division. That's what you're saying.
Name an aspect that the Chargers are better than the Chiefs at, and then we can make it have a debate.
Definitely not quarterback. Definitely not the coaching.
I think Kansas City does.
I think we can debate the defense.
I think Kansas City takes a step back and still win this division by 3 games.
They take a step back because Kelsey's a year older, and it's his time for at this point of Kelsey's career. This is how we go find out how much he's preparing to be able to sustain his peak, because he's not going up no more. So he's either go stay here and slowly decline, but this is the time where his physical attributes start to decline. Right, he's 34, right? He's 34. Yeah, this is the time.
I hear you, but you usually start seeing signs that it does decline, and he hasn't shown that. I mean,
he hasn't.
So
he hasn't. But did we see it coming for Jimmy Graham? No, it just happened.
Yeah, but I think his physical abilities were still there when he was in Seattle. He was just in a situation that wasn't built for him. That just wasn't a good situation for him. Travis is still in the ultimate situation that highlights what he does best. So it's kind of hard to see a decline when he's in such a great formula. That is hard to show any negatives.
Yeah.
To speak to Anthony Price, I'll give you receivers. Defense, I think, is a toss-up.
If Chris Jones comes back, which I think he will,
he'll be there,
right?
He'll be there.
Chris Jones will come back, but receivers hand down is on the that's Chargers.
I ain't gonna say hands down, man. Give me Scott Moore and MVS, bro.
I bet. Yeah.
But that's based off the injury histories that we got with the Chargers. So as good as you want to say the defense is good, man, Bosa's always good for missing 4 or 5 games. Darwin James is good for missing games. And so that defense is nowhere closer as good as they are when they're not in the lineup. Same on their offense. Mike Williams, mismatch. Keenan Allen, mismatch. What happens every year? They're missing 4 or 5 games. So you're not going to get your full potential out of this Chargers team because year in and year out, they get hurt every year.
And he goes the interesting thing with the Chargers. Eckler's back after not really wanting to come back. And they have somebody else on that roster who they're gonna try to take some of Eckler's carries to give to him to say, there's no need to re-sign him again after this year. So I think it'll go the other way for the Chargers. As far as receiving core, man, listen, to kind of say the same thing that Lamar just said, if Kadarius Toney stays healthy and Rice progresses the way that rookies normally progress when you're a talent like that, Kansas City receiving core isn't as bad as it's been made out to be.
I don't know, man. It definitely ain't on Chargers level, and MJ made a good point, man. The running backs for the Chargers might be better than the Kansas City Chiefs as well. Real takes over fake the space. My boy SB Talk Sports, man. He said what you saying is true, Lamar, but he can't trust you with that Chiefs logo behind you.
Hey, man,
but everybody go check out his channel on YouTube, man. Real takes over fake debates. Good podcast.
You ain't gotta trust me. You just use your eyes. Because what I'm saying is going to come to fruition, and so
yeah. So we all saying Chiefs win this easy. I mean, ain't nothing else to talk about.
Not saying that. You're not saying that.
Well, I am saying that.
Oh, okay.
I'm definitely picking the Chiefs to win this division. But let's talk about the Denver Broncos and why we think they go bring up the rear.
Hey man,
I think that QB1. I think that when Sean Payton stepped away in New Orleans, the league has kind of caught up to his magic. And you had a quarterback that was past his prime with the whole Drew Brees toward the end of everything. So what's different with Russ?
Well, I don't think the first part of what you said, that people caught up to Sean Payton's magic, is true, but I do think that his magic don't work with a quarterback that can't throw 20 yards. And that's what Drew Brees was his last 2 years in the league. He just didn't have an arm no more. Right. So that's why he started using gimmicks and using Taysom Hill and doing all that stuff, because Drew Brees just couldn't carry his own water pail no more. Right. And which is another reason why he probably went and got Jameis with a big arm, thinking that he was gonna be able to revive that. But that didn't work. So now he's with Russ. Does Russ got something left in the tank? Possibly. Did I like what I saw in the preseason? Hell no, I didn't. So
what Russ got left in the tank, he put in Sierra. That's
pretty. Yeah, that's true.
And can't get mad.
It's a tough go of it when you in a huddle calling plays but you worried about your future at your crib. So that's really, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, your wife gotta come to the games, because other than like you can't trust her as far as you can see her. So I don't know.
I can't with you, man. Hey, bro.
Anthony Price got the Raiders bringing up the rear.
Yeah, I got the Raiders
with Jimmy G. I think Jimmy G. I'm with Jay. Jimmy G go do better than the Russ.
And what's his name? His name is like O'Brien or something like that. O'Donnell.
Aiden O'Connell might take that job, because he gonna see some playing time, because Jimmy gonna be good for probably about 6, 7, maybe 8 games, and then O'Connell.
but Aiden has a bigger arm than Jimmy G, which would make Mr. Adams a lot better.
Y'all tripping already, but look, we trying to get through these takes, man. Y'all killing us over there, man. Hold on, man. Man, my Gucci flip flops, man. Yo, man. Yeah, we all know that's tough, man. But I mean, Chris, you think is Raiders or Denver bringing up the rear?
Both.
If there can't be both, got to be one of them.
They gonna have the same record.
They gonna have the same record.
They gonna have the same record.
4-13.
Oh man!
So, of course, somebody gonna have to be 3 and somebody gonna have to be 4, but it's not gonna matter. They both gonna have the same record. Denver, Russ hasn't been the same since that injury, and then you pair him in Denver. They still don't have an O-line to my knowledge, so he's still gonna be doing more of the same, running, ducking. And then I think it's something between the ears now with Russ. We're not seeing the same surgical technician that we saw in those formidable years in Seattle. I think he's checking out of the game, I don't think he's doing it for the love of the game anymore. I think he's just doing it for
money.
Money and relevancy.
He doing it for money, man.
I don't think he feels like he
keep up that
is the guy.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he is the guy anymore. But then also over there in Vegas, man, what did the Raiders see in Jimmy G in San Francisco that was like, that's our guy? Like as soon as
they just wanted to change, man. It was like, man, Carl, we just keep getting to the finish line and we can't cross it, man. Let's just see if we can do it with somebody else. I hope they're right, man.
The thing about it is, right? You look at Jimmy G, and Jimmy G was only as good as his offensive line. So when the offensive line is good, nobody's getting back there. He's got a clean pocket. He can dump it off to Debo Samuel real quick, or he can hand it off to whoever is in the run in the backfield, whatever. But as soon as he got a little bit of pressure, he got them happy feet, and he started throwing ducks, picks. The Raiders don't have an offensive line, so he's going to be having happy feet the whole season.
Yeah, I think Jimmy G can be more for Russ, man. He ain't focused no more, man. I really think every time Future drop an album, man, he try to renegotiate his contract. It's just like he just trying to keep up with him, man. Like, he making money. Let me see if I can get some more money, man. Because I really think he really think he probably go lose here, man. It's something going on there, man. The Future is on that man's mind and living rent free in his head.
Free.
Hey, man.
I got Chiefs, Chargers, and then the other two out there scrapping in the backyard for last place. It don't really matter.
MJ said who wins the tiebreaker between Denver and they got to play each other twice. So is it go who winning those games? They splitting it or what?
They both tied both games.
I can't with this dude.
but yeah, the Raiders had to pretty much say they don't want to win because Carr's a better quarterback than Jimmy G, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I think he is too, and he go show it in New Orleans.
Man, he about to show his New
Orleans. On the low, you might want to watch out for Slant Man. He might be back. But Jay, before we move on to AFC East, look at these knuckleheads in the comment section. This dude said Russ need the money. He got a child on the way. Look at MJ come right behind him. It's Future's kid, man. Y'all.
Hey, but you know what? It's not like Russ is not accustomed to taking care of Future's kid already.
Yeah, I mean,
every day you gotta go home to your son. His name is Future.
Lord have mercy, man. Lord have mercy. All right, man. AFC East, man. This one is interesting because my question I got for y'all is here go Corey. He said he was gonna call back when football came in. Corey, what it do? You got something to say about the AFC West?
Yeah.
What's up?
I was looking at what you said. Now the Chargers don't have a chance because of Kellen Moore.
Well, yeah, you should know he just came from Dallas.
Yeah.
So
that's all he wanted to do was Kellen Moore slander.
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear. Do your best.
I mean, he's pass happy. I mean, that's what he likes to do. And you have a great back in Austin Eckler. He's not gonna run the ball. That's what he does.
Yeah, I mean, well, Austin Eckler like to catch the ball and run too. So I mean,
he does, but he don't throw screens and he don't throw to the backside of the backfield.
No, sure don't do that.
Is it possible? Is it possible with a different team? Because he did have Zeke, and Zeke ain't exactly a screen type running back. So
Tony Pollard.
That's true.
Pollard was,
but Tony Pollard got his share fair share.
Tony Pollard got his catches. Tony Pollard got his catches out of the slot.
Okay, it was successful though. It was good.
Is Austin Eckler that good where he can move into the slot? Because Tony Pollard played slot receiver in college.
Eckler is, but Eckler is slight of he's short, So I mean, but he get lined up with a linebacker or a safety, it's gonna be toast.
But the one thing the Chargers have that is going to be difficult for anybody to handle is they got 3 receivers over 6'5", and that's tough.
It is.
Two of them ain't gonna make the season.
Because I meant to say
who's not gonna make the team.
Lamar took the point away from me earlier. Justin Herbert is only as good as his receivers are healthy.
Facts.
Well, you take a lot of pressure off Keenan Allen with Quentin Johnson now. That takes a lot of pressure off Keenan Allen. Mike Williams is going to get hurt. That's just him. He's going to play 10 games a season. But you move another 6'5" guy to the outside, and you put a kid from Allen, I can't even remember his name, put him in the slot, and they're not terrible.
Yeah. So the offense is going to be good. I mean, the pass rush might still be there. They still got decent pass rushers, but yeah, I don't know.
They got the best safety in football, man.
But that's all they got. They got Bosa and they got Derwin James and what else?
Don't they still got Khalil Mack?
They still got Khalil Mack.
Oh, I thought Khalil Mack was out of there.
No, he's still there. Last I remember.
Well, I mean, we go. So Corey, but are you still not giving them a chance to win the division, though, are you?
No, because they're not going to run the ball.
But if they do run the ball,
if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
How's the Chargers O-line?
It's decent. You know, it's decent. I mean, they can run the ball. You know what I mean? It's just the fact that he won't run the ball. I heard a guy on the radio today here in Dallas talking about him. It was like, you know, he is super smart and he is super intelligent, like when it comes to football, the game of football, right?
Yeah.
But he's not seasoned. He doesn't know how to call plays at the right time.
Yeah, he probably blowing those interviews away, boy. Them owners probably be like, wow.
Oh yeah. He's a super smart dude. He graduated to some crazy degree in 3.5 years from Boise State. You know what I mean? Like, he's super smart.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's not seasoned. Like, he doesn't know. And then nobody taught him in Dallas. Like, Mike McCarthy wouldn't put his foot down. Like, Mike McCarthy wouldn't take the playbook away from him and be like, I'm calling plays today because you suck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that would teach him a lesson. But he never learned that.
That just sounds like a recipe for disaster in LA, though, because now you got a head coach and an offensive coordinator who both don't know how to call plays.
Well, here's the thing, Chris, right? They want to get rid of him anyway. So what better way to do it than Kellen Moore to come in and be the young head coach for the young team? You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I already told you he fired no matter what at the end of the season. I already told you
because they're not gonna win enough games and go as far enough in the playoffs for them to save his job.
No, they need to win two Super Bowls. They need to win 2 Super Bowls in one season to save his job. That's the only
way. Oh man! All right, man. We moving to AFC East, Corey. Now, my question I pose to everybody for this, man, is all the talk has been about the Jets and A-Rod, and you know, you got Dalvin Cook just showed up. He got a young receiver that's probably gonna be a breakout star this season, and Garrett Wilson. You got Lazard came over there with him. Cobb came over there with him. Like they making some moves. It looks like what Tom Brady did when he left New England and went to Tampa Bay. Like he's bringing the guys that he liked and he want, and the ownership and the front office is letting him do it, and they're riding with him instead of it seemed like against him like Green Bay was. So all the talk is about the Jets. However,
man,
Miami was making a move up. They got that one question mark with Tua. And of course, Buffalo was at the top of that daggone division for 2-3 years in a row. So is it Buffalo's to lose, or do you think they missed their window to make some noise?
It's a stacked division, man. That whole division is good. I mean, the worst team you got is the Patriots, and it's still Bill Belichick. You know, he knows how to coach people. You know what I'm saying? Coach players. He knows how to do that. But the Jets have such a stacked team, but they have a good corner, right?
They got 2 of them.
There are other, yeah, but I mean, sauce is sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Sauce is sauce, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, their O-line is questionable.
Very questionable.
You know what I mean?
It definitely is.
Aaron Rodgers is old. He can't move like he used to. You saw how Zach Wilson was running around like he was like a madman last year, and it made him look crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this though:
And
who all in that division other than Buffalo can do something and exploit that O-line not being good, especially with A-Rod being a seasoned quarterback like that? Like
the Dolphins.
The Dolphins. So you think? All right. So you think? Because the only thing that's been slowing Aaron Rodgers down is the 49ers in the playoffs for the last 3-4 years, and they got a pass rush from hell, right? Who can duplicate that in this division? I don't know if Miami can.
In that division?
Yeah.
In that division? Buffalo?
Maybe Buffalo. I don't think Dolphins though.
If Von is healthy.
If Von Miller is healthy, he is a problem.
Still? I don't know, man.
Yes.
I think his body has caught up. Von ain't no spring chicken. He like 33, 34, and he keeps having ACL injuries. I don't think that what we getting from Von Miller is that same Von Miller back in Super Bowl 50 with Denver.
That's why the key to that whole statement was if healthy.
Mel, I like that because now when you say that like that, I can't really think of a crazy defense anywhere else in that division that will really kind of deter them from getting 5 or 6 wins in that division. But alone,
Buffalo?
You know what I'm saying?
Man, okay.
Buffalo?
I don't know, man, because it's like I think the only thing Buffalo has is maybe like a decent secondary, but Aaron Rodgers still has the mind to slice that up. You know what I'm saying? But you only got Bradley Chubb down there in Miami. I mean, he's one man, and we haven't really heard much of him since early in his career. So it's like, I don't know. The O-line might be trash in New York, but it might not matter.
You might be able to throw it off. You might be able to throw it off with Dalvin Cook, maybe. You know what I mean? You swing him out of the backfield, he's dangerous.
Not to mention Breece Hall might be back.
Breece Hall can run the ball. He can run. He's a load.
Pause.
So here's the thing. Here's the problem. Y'all act like y'all didn't see Aaron Rodgers play like he was under duress all year last year, even when nobody was back there.
He's used to it though.
Agreed.
No. Like he played trash football last year.
Not trash. It was below. It was below Aaron Rodgers standards, but it wasn't trash. What that quarterback for the Jets did last year was trash.
No. So he's an upgrade from that, but his peak is gone. He's on the downcline. He's on the decline right now. So now you're not protecting him. Listen, the Jets, in my opinion, finished third in that division.
Ooh, shit.
Oh man, now you tripping.
Really?
Anthony Price said he got the Jets winning it. He said Jets, Dolphins, and then he said the Bills. He said he don't trust Josh Allen. Plus, he on the Madden cover.
So the Bills will win the division this year. However, this is their last year. Their window is slam shut if they don't do anything this year. It's over. This is it for the.
So why is it slam shut though? Because Aaron Rodgers only got about 2 more years in it.
And that's exactly the order that I got at MJ. The Bills window is slam shut right now because you have to do something different. Some teams, you in the front office, you realize this team is constructed to be this good. You know, it's not a bad team, but it will never be better than this. I.e., what Kansas City was with Alex Smith at the helm. It just would never get past that. And that's what the Bills will, because if Josh Allen is still your number one running back, there's a problem there.
And when you got to strike while the iron's hot, man. Whenever you get that spark and you get that team, you got a window, and that window every year that window don't open wider, it gets smaller and tighter.
But there's only one person that's able to close that window though, and that's Patrick Mahomes.
No, not necessarily. It was. But Joe Burrow done showed his ass against the Bills too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Joe ain't gonna be around. I don't think Cincinnati gonna be around because Joe not gonna be around for a long time.
I don't know about a long time though.
Cincinnati misses the playoffs this year. Trust me.
They said Joe.
Oh
They
my
said Joe.
God.
Hey, Joe is out for 6 weeks, bro. That's a long time.
Even if he plays week one, I have the Ravens winning that division, and I actually have Cleveland coming in second.
No, not Cleveland.
Well,
I'ma
you know what? I'm not mad at that because
I'ma
it damn sure ain't
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
tell you. I'm
Pittsburgh.
gonna tell you what.
Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Go ahead.
I'm not mad at Cleveland. I'm not mad at Cleveland because if Deshaun Watson is good and you got them running backs, man, they're gonna be hard to stop.
If Deshaun Watson is anything like he was the last time we seen him on the football field, outside of a Cleveland jersey, because last year don't really count.
Yeah, don't bring that up.
Last year don't count, and he sat out the whole year before that. If Deshaun Watson has any football left in him, Cleveland will be second. If not, then the thing about Cincinnati, you got to remember who they are historically. They'll have 2 or 3 good seasons, and then it's back to the bottom. I think their window closed last year. They were too heavy, and watch, when it doesn't work, they'll have a fire sale before the end of the trade deadline.
Damn.
They'll keep chase, but they'll have a fire sale. One of those 3 receivers, T. Higgins or Boyd, one of them is on the way out. Watch.
Yeah,
You think so, James?
I don't know. I disagree with that.
Get paid. Well, because T. Higgins is up for a contract extension.
Yeah. You can't keep them both forever anyway.
Yeah.
So if it's not going well, go and get you some draft capital, because their defense, like their secondary, isn't what it was, and it wasn't ever good. You know what I'm saying? And
they got rid of Eli Apple, so it's better now.
That man down, and look, he down there in Miami too, getting burnt by Cheetah.
About to get tossed.
Yeah,
but I think you're putting too much stock into Lamar being healthy the whole season, Jay. I don't see it happening.
Lamar has more, and he's asked to do less. Period.
Yes, I was gonna say, Chris. He don't have to win the game by himself no more. He's got weapons now.
that's true.
He's got 96 running backs.
I know he happy. He happy, bro. He got. I mean, that Zay Flowers gonna be a monster. And me and Corey, we've been talking about Rashad Bateman since he got drafted, and he gonna be good. And now, and they got Odell, and they still got Andrews.
Mark Andrews, and then you got J.K. Dobbins back, Gus Edwards back. They got another running back over there.
Now, I don't trust them running backs though. They should have been the one going after Devin Cook.
No, it's still enough. It's still enough where if somebody gets hurt, you still have a serviceable guy back there.
Kareem Hunt will look good in the Baltimore Ravens uniform.
Yeah, he would. Yeah,
that would be nasty.
That'd be real good.
Yeah,
that'd be real good.
I hate to say it though, but Odell doesn't make it the whole season either.
He good, man. Odell's good.
But with those
separate ACL tears.
Listen, with those receivers that Baltimore have, all you need is 10 games out of Odell, and they don't have to come in a row. You can get 2.
He don't even have to be Odell. I mean, he don't even have to be OBJ. He just have to be Odell.
Yeah, just a guy in Jersey.
Just be out there.
That boy said Odell.
Call him when you need me. Yeah, call him when you need me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Clowney did sign with the Ravens.
Yeah, he did.
I think he's way outside of his prime though.
And listen, that pass rush will probably be bottom third of the league, even with Clowney. That pass rush is they won't get home. So Baltimore will have to put some points up.
Yeah, Anthony Price make a good point, man. The whole lineup, the whole offense get hurt often. That's funny.
Lamar probably, if Lamar wanted to, he could have played the last 6 games of the season.
Yeah, that's true. He
also, don't forget the new RPO rule. So that takes a lot of Lamar Jackson's game out too.
Well, I mean, the defense got to adjust. It makes them adjust. They can still do the RPO and I mean, you still gonna have to honor it. It's it's like a I mean, because you've been trained so much to do it a certain way. It's gonna take at least half the season for teams to realize that even if he can't hand it off right then, like you still gonna be reacting to it the same way you was trained to do it before. So it's gonna be.
Do we know if that's gonna be a flag?
I don't know how they
Yes.
plan it. It's
Illegal
supposed to
forward
be.
handoff or some shit like that.
It's an illegal forward handoff, but it doesn't take away. It doesn't take away, like, they can still run, like, he can pitch the ball forward still and never just be, but if it drops it, it's an incomplete pass.
Wow.
So it's not a fumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah. So.
All right. So nobody has the Jets winning this division.
I do.
Chris got the Jets winning it.
But I got it as the Jets are gonna win that division, but it's gonna be the same thing as when Miami first got together that first year. It's not gonna materialize into anything.
I still got Buffalo winning the division, but I think the Jets will be second, and I think it'll be close. I think the team that's probably gonna take a step the furthest back is Miami. I don't know what New England's doing. I don't even know if they starting Matt Jones or not, man. But that's gonna be interesting.
Bailey Zappi.
I haven't paid attention to anything New England has done. I don't know.
I have. They paid Juju Smith-Schuster to come out there and not catch passes.
To do TikTok dances.
Hold on, who else they just signed? They just signed somebody else. Who was that they just signed?
They just signed Zeke.
Zeke, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No,
they're trying to do something, man. I mean, they revived Corey Dillon's career.
They paid Juju to run block. Yeah. That's what they did.
That man about to be out there.
They paid Zeke to be center.
I forgot about Mike White. Mike White not bad. Yeah, he can carry the team. Mike White can do something.
No,
Mike White go to the medical tent. I think I just seen Mike White go to the medical tent, yo.
Tua impressed me last year, for sure. Though I mean, Waddle and Hill. I thought Hill was gonna go out there and be missing Mahomes, but Tua was still getting him that rock, man.
Yeah.
Tua preseason game. Tua just came out there.
Yeah, but let's be real about Tyreek. He did numbers with Alex, did numbers with Pat, did numbers with whoever was quarterbacking in and out the lineup last year in Miami. So, I mean, you find a way to get a guy like that with speed.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get his numbers.
Yeah, for sure.
I do agree that it was impressive for Tua last year to come back after 3 concussions in one season and play still.
He wanted that. I mean, 3 concussions, retired Steve Young. This man came back. I don't understand what he's doing. I guess he's waiting for his big payday, and then
he won concussion away from being in somebody's booth, and it take him a long time to talk.
Yeah.
Now he needed one more year to get the
retirement.
Pension.
Yeah, you got like 4 years.
He's one more concussion away from Antonio Brown.
Messed up.
Yeah. I mean, I was shocked. I was shocked when my favorite linebacker, Luke Kuechly, just came out of nowhere and was like, "Man, I got to retire because of head injuries." And I'm like, God, I don't even remember that dude having it. Like, I don't remember him getting knocked out of many games like that.
Nah, he had one and a possible, and he was like, "Yo, life after football is more important to me than giving my whole stuff away for football."
I think his was neck though, wasn't it? Because he was just a hard charging hitter. So I think his might have been neck, but
I thought it was I thought it was head injuries and concussions, but that he was a real one for sure. He was. That was a bad boy, man. He had a lot left in the tank. It was a lot of linebackers that you remember. Patrick Willis retired with a lot left in the tank. You know, it was a lot of linebackers just saying, "Man, all right, man, it's this enough for me right here. 5-6 years, I'm out." But all right, let's get to fantasy real quick, man. Corey, we supposed to be revealing our top 25, but we only go do 10. We only go do 10, okay. Right? And this is Lamar's, Chris, and Jay's list, and it's all over the place. Like y'all, when y'all see how different y'all got y'all top 10, it's gonna be interesting to hear how y'all talk about it, man. So at number 10, this is how they got it, man. Jay had Jamar Chase. Well, I messed it up, but Jay had Jamar Chase, Chris had Chase, and Lamar got Kelsey at 10.
This is why the graphics took 3 hours. Okay, okay, Mel, I see you.
All right, who gonna talk about this number 10 spot, man? Chase, and Kelsey.
I mean, now go ahead.
Go ahead.
Somebody go, goddammit.
Well, 10. I got Kelsey there at 10 because obviously tight ends, you try not to value them as high as either wide receivers or quarterback in fantasy, but because he is the ultimate tight end in fantasy, he definitely has cracked that 10.
I have Chase there because he's a really good receiver, and Kelsey is way higher than 10.
I got Jamar Chase at 10 just because you can't discount. He is a great wide receiver, but I just got 9 guys I think is going to be better than him this year.
Chase. So do y'all got Chase there because y'all think Burrow is gonna miss so much time, or do y'all think Burrow gonna be there week 1?
I think Burrow's going to be there week 1. I think there's 9 other players I'd rather have in fantasy than Jamar Chase.
How many receivers you got in front of Chase though?
I don't remember, 3 or 4.
3 or 4. That's Corey.
Yeah, that's tough for me, bro.
I actually only have 1 receiver higher than Jamar Chase.
No, I mean he's not gonna. Jay's prediction is probably right, but it's not because of that reason. It's gonna be because Joe Burrow ain't gonna be there week 1. Joe Burrow will be back probably about week 4, week 5.
Is that true? Let me look this up, man. Because
from what I know, Mel, he had the calf strain like literally first day of training camp. They went 6 weeks out from there, and so I mean, it's hard for me to believe that he's gonna miss week 1.
Yeah,
I just don't. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
You don't want him. You don't want him hobbled. You don't want him hobbled for 18 weeks. I'd rather have him hobbled because if he's playing on it, it's not going to get any better.
And who's the backup?
I don't know. That's the whole thing. I have no idea who the backup is.
His name is Browning.
Man, this sounds like the team owner, Brandon Allen. Who's Brennan? Is that the GM?
No idea.
Hey, he looked like the GM too, man. That's a hard sell, man. I need to find out who this guy is because I drafted Burrow in fantasy, but I got Aaron Rodgers as my backup, so I think I might be good week 1 either way.
They got Jake Browning and Trevor Siemian. Trevor Siemian, at least he played. You know what I mean? He started a few games, but I don't know who Jake Browning is. I have no idea who that is.
Listed as number 2 on the depth chart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lamar, you don't think that's too low for Kelsey?
No, only reason why I say that is because the people I got in front of him are dynamic receivers, obviously dope quarterbacks who can kill you in more than just one way. And and one running back I got in my top 10 that I think he's a rookie, but I think he's gonna be like out of this world type crazy.
Okay, so
I
know
who that is. I know who it is.
But before we go forward, though, I think I can't remember for sure, but Lamar, you got Mahomes as your QB1, right?
Yes.
And his number 1 target is Kelsey.
Yes.
You sure 10 is your spot for him?
Yeah, man. Here's the thing. You gotta at some point when the list goes down, you'll kind of see where my mind is going on these other players that I got in front of them, and I'll be able to kind of make sense.
Okay. All right. Number 9. Now that's 3 different dudes right there. It's very interesting, man. Chris, I let you explain Saquon at 9 for me for us. Explain that one.
He's still that guy. He got his contract, whether it just be that 1-year deal or whatever. So he's gonna go out there. He's gonna play. I just think they're gonna try and do more with Daniel Jones, so he's not gonna be like the premier option, but he'll still be a top fantasy guy, and he's gonna do numbers. It's Saquon Barkley. We've seen what he can do, and he's still that guy. Even coming back from the injury, like last season, we saw he's still Saquon at the end of the day.
So they got Waller. They just got Waller at tight end. They just gave Daniel Jones some money, so they believe in him. I think they're gonna be passing a little bit more. Saquon's still the best player on the squad for sure. And
he can catch out the backfield too. So
yeah, he can catch out the backfield.
So it really diminishes his use.
So you got two
because this man fought for a contract that was the same thing as the franchise tag.
It was $1 million more. That was it. It was
that don't sound like the type of guy that know the difference between the A gap and
he lost me. He's like, man.
So here's the risk factor with Saquon. All right, the injury thing is always gonna be there, right? But let's say he got that behind him. He still got those freaking reindeer games that teams like to play with players that's in the contract year when they don't want them to ask for the whole bank. So they might limit his carries just off game so they can have better leverage when they go into the contract negotiations this summer. So there's a possibility that Saquon won't be a huge part of the offense, and they really trying to rely on Daniel Jones and what he can do.
Bingo.
Until that fails, and you have to use Saquon.
Right, but what if it don't fail?
Oh, it's gonna fail. It's gonna fail. You're relying on Daniel Jones to make this not fail. It's gonna fail.
Okay. Oh man, as they said, Chris don't hype Barkley up from last year. All right. So we just got finished talking about the Raiders. No Carr. We got Jimmy G there, but nonetheless, Lamar, you got the receiver at 9.
You're gonna have to. That's gonna be your only offense. I mean, I'm just being. Hey, find Devontae. Where you at? Give him the ball. Give him the ball.
And what's his name in camp yet? The running back,
Josh Jacobs.
He's not in camp.
Yeah.
Hey, there's gonna be a lot of Devontae Adams. He's gonna have to work some magic. Try to get what you can out of Jimmy G, and I kind of make this take based off the fact that I think Aiden O'Connell might end up taking that job, of course, because of injuries, but I think he'll do enough with a combination with him and Devontae Adams that when Jimmy G comes back healthy, he'll have to, park it and sit on quarterback number 2. So Devontae, he's just going to get force fed. I mean, that's going to be your only offense.
Pause.
And then Jay with Derrick Henry.
An elite back. The quarterback situation in Tennessee is still not settled.
It's dismal.
Yeah, and when you settle it, it still won't be good. So,
so y'all so different the way how y'all pick y'all's versus how most of the people was getting drafted and how most of the quote unquote experts got theirs lined up, and which I like, because y'all putting y'all own thought to it and y'all not freaking copycatting. But it'll be interesting week by week when we come back. We'll do this by position though, and I want to see y'all top 10 moving to the next week, and we'll do this week by week. So this is just a baseline, set a baseline, and then we'll move from there. But
I like that.
Number 8, my bad. Number 8, Lamar, AJ Brown. Now we're getting to the good part. We're getting to some quarterbacks, and I think this kind of high for AJ Brown though. So I Chris, I want you to explain that one. I think Lamar and Joe Burrow is self-explanatory, but I do want to hear about AJ Brown being at number 8. And if Jay, do you agree with this? AJ Brown being that high? Lamar, you agree with that?
Nah, I had put AJ at 11, just on the outside, just out of the top 10. Only because Jalen Hurts is going to be, obviously the running threat and the passing threat, and you can't forget about the fact that he is a dual threat running back or quarterback, I should say. My fault. Devontae Smith is still talented over there. They're still going to try to find a way to keep getting Dallas Goedert involved in the offense because you don't want to start wasting him as a decent tight end. So I just think I don't think AJ is going to get enough usage rate, and AJ good for missing 2-3 games a year too. Stay relatively healthy last year, but for the most part, he might miss a couple of games here or there.
I had
He's
AJ
a red
Brown.
zone killer, though.
He is.
You had AJ Brown. Where, Jay?
23.
Oh,
sheesh.
Yeah.
Jay,
damn, Jay.
23.
Yeah, and it's
23
not
and mid.
it's not because of him. It's the wealth of talent around him. These guys, a lot of these guys are coming up to contract years, like you said. Dallas Goedert, you still got Smith. You got 923 running backs and a quarterback who will run. It's just a lot to keep him. He could get open, but it's a lot to just keep giving him the ball. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. So, 23 only because of that. I don't think that you put him in another. You put him on another team. You put him back with the Titans. I would have had him a lot higher because what's there?
Man, somebody agreeing with you, man. 3rd or 4th round? Come on, no way, man. Did y'all this? Man, this dude is he can be Debo on short yardage passes, or he can be Chase deep. You know what I mean? He's that type of dude, man. His hands are huge. He's a load to take down. I mean, God, man, y'all.
Super Bowl.
Pause.
Double pause.
Hey, yeah, there you finally got one, man. That's a clip. That one. God damn.
I mean, I'd never take a load down, but I'm just, we talk about football. I would never do that. I would never take down a load.
Okay,
I would never take a load down.
To answer your question about why I have AJ Brown number 8 is
Other
because
than the weed.
for the simple fact, Jalen Hurts now has this connection and this chemistry with his number 1 receiver. You saw it on display last year, and it's not to take away from Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, what they got going on in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is still going to get love. The love is going to get spread around, but you can't discount a connection that a quarterback has with his number 1 receiver. You've seen it with Aaron and Devontae. You see it with Jimmy and Debo. You see it with Josh and Stephon Diggs. Once you have that connection with your number 1 guy, you're always going to find your number 1 guy. And when you are a good enough quarterback, a great quarterback like Jalen Hurts is, and we've seen what he can do with his number 1 quarterback, number 1 option, you can still double him or whatever the case. He's still going to get his numbers, and he's a capable receiver that he doesn't drop a lot. He doesn't miss a lot of passes. The only question would probably be maybe his health, but even last year he was like Amar said, he was relatively healthy. So I think he's gonna have another 1,500-yard season.
Corey, before we move to number 7, is it possible that the damage that Hurts and AJ Brown did last season would draw more attention to AJ Brown and Devontae Smith get more single coverage, and he might have the better fantasy year?
Yep,
that's not a bad observation.
That's a good.
It's not.
We'll see how it goes. All right, number 7. Now we got a rookie in the mix. Jay got how you say his name? Bijan,
and you spelled it wrong.
Bijan Mustard. I spelled it exactly how whoever gave me this list wrote it on their list.
It's Bijan.
Yeah, that's
Wait.
Bijan.
Bijan.
You know what, Jay? I'm not mad at that. I like that, Jay. I like that selection there because he's the only offense that Atlanta got.
Nah, Kyle Pitts is good at.
I mean, you still got that tight end that's supposed to be all world. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for Drake London to pop.
Come on. I've been waiting on Kyle Pitts, man, and time running out on home beer.
No, he was hurt last year. He got hurt. As soon as he start getting off, Paul.
it's 3 years. It's 3 years, and we getting the same thing from homeboy.
This is year 3.
Just go ahead and convert him to receiver already and call it a day.
Well, Lamar, it's kind of hard to get off if you ain't got no quarterback.
Year 1, you had Matt Ryan throwing the ball at his feet. Year 2, you had Marcus Mariota throwing the ball in the stand. Like, come on, bro.
And you think Desmond Ridder is the answer?
He better than both those guys I just named.
He ain't the answer, but he better than both of those. And then Robinson will take a lot of. He takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback because you're gonna have to load the box, so he's gonna get some easy passes. He will.
But to be a top 10 fantasy prospect, though.
Yes, because he can run and he can catch.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's fast and he's shifty and he's athletic. So
here's the issue. Atlanta had a running back last year, Algier. I might be saying his name wrong.
He's still there.
Right. So they had him. Was it his second year or was he a rookie last year?
He was a rookie last year.
He was a rookie last year, and he wasn't that bad. And they had Cordell Patterson, who wasn't that bad. They really didn't need to go running back in the first round. They did.
Which why it was surprising as hell when they did. Right.
Now you got this running back, 2 running backs that actually did good for you, and the running game wasn't the issue for Atlanta last year. It was other things. So is the backfield crowded? Is he gonna see the touches? You don't think?
Yes. No, because Cordero can always go to wide receiver too. He can go on the spot.
Cordero will take the slide. Anyway. Cordero will take the slide. It'll be Bijan and Tyler Algier taking the majority of the carries in the back for Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody want to defend Josh Jacobs being number 7 despite him being a holdout for training camp?
That's the only reason why I have him at number 7 is because he's a holdout. If he's not a holdout, he's definitely a top 5.
Well, he did lead the league in rushing last year. I'm not mad at your take, but it's just
he's top 5, and I like number 5.
But I'm saying
all they got. That's really all they have.
But he's not a receiving back. He's a straight downhill between the tackles type runner. So that's all you're going to be able to get from Josh Jacobs. He's not.
But to be only one dimensional, and I think he still led the league in scrimmage yards total, is impressive.
Oh no, I think Josh Jacobs is nice. I just think there's a lot of other people in front of him that's going to be like.
Nah, listen, you know how many times they're going to have to get a ball to Josh Jacobs to save Jimmy G's life?
He's getting at least 25 carries a game.
Yeah.
At least that's a slow day for 25 carries a game.
Oh man, and then Cheetah got question marks too because his quarterback can't stay healthy, man. So, at the end of the day, it's Cheetah. I mean,
you got to get him the rock. Got to get him the rock.
Yeah,
who's the backup now in Miami?
Skylar Thompson,
who actually played well against Buffalo and almost beat him in that playoff game, but he's not your long term answer.
Yeah, Skylar Thompson, and then Mike White is number 3, right?
Yeah.
But Mike White is
Mike ain't bad, man.
Nah, dude, come on. He get hit, it's a done deal. Mike White couldn't stay healthy as a Jet. What make you think he's gonna stay healthy as a Dolphin?
A better offensive line.
Not by much.
Yeah, I was saying.
As you can tell, that offensive line gave 2 or 3 concussions.
Man, Tua. You got a point.
That offensive line gave 2 or 3 concussions. So,
all right. So this is the interesting right here. I like Chris Joe Burrow at 6. Now Garrett Wilson and Cooper Kupp at 6 for Jay and Lamar.
I like the Garrett Wilson, Cooper Kupp. I had Cooper Kupp at let's see.
Cooper Kupp gonna have an issue because he ain't got nobody throwing the ball.
You never was a Matt Stafford fan, boy.
I think
I had Cooper Kupp.
That's a Dallas, Texas boy, but he cannot stay healthy.
I had Cooper Kupp at 20.
That's low.
And your best bet after that is 5'3" Stetson Bennett.
Yeah. Come on.
And Cooper Kupp is coming off of an injury that made him miss a lot of time.
Yeah, so that injury now, Cooper Kupp, he was heavy. He was targeted heavy. He was taking reverses. He was taking jet sweeps. He was taking short comeback routes. He was taking wide receiver screens. He was going deep. He was taking the top off the defense. He did everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think coming off that injury, they're gonna have to have maybe not a snap count, but maybe they're gonna have to, I don't know,
load management.
Yeah, manage how many hits he take and how many I don't know, man. They gotta have to do something. He can't. I remember when Greg Olsen, when he was with the Panthers, I want to say for 2 or 3 straight years, he didn't miss a snap on offense. Imagine that. Imagine a tight end not missing a snap for 3 straight years, and then after that, he had that foot injury, and every year he injured that foot for 3 straight years until he retired.
Never was the same.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna have to watch Cooper Kupp. I think that's gonna drop some of his production on top of the fact there's nobody else in LA right now other than the Aaron Donald. Like, I mean, Stafford's still there, but we never liked Cam Akers at running back, and he's still there. Right? They don't have an answer at running back. That O-line was atrocious.
Mark this word, Neil. Zach Evans.
In LA?
Yes.
Okay.
Martin. He's pretty good.
Well, only knock Jay on Cooper Kupp is, obviously the fellas already talked about the quarterback situation, and we talking about offensive lines that we talked about on obviously that offensive line with the Rams is straight hideous. If you hate the Jets offensive line, you're gonna really hate the Rams offensive line. So, I mean, you're gonna be going through a quarterback carousel, man.
Unfortunately, man, I love Matthew Stafford, but he doesn't see this whole season.
No,
and I think this might be his last season.
Jay, you want to defend him at 6?
That's about right where he should be. He's an all-world talent. Period.
He is. I agree. Just got to get him the ball. That's all.
Who the quarterback is, you're throwing it in his direction, and he's going to catch it. Pause. So, I think this is a great place.
Hey, I just realized this is I got some people watching on one of the Facebook pages, and there's comments coming in comments came in from Eric Russell. I can't see it on StreamYard, so I missed it. I can't respond to it. Daniel Birch, Chris Dubs Lane. Yeah, if y'all go on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and comment from there, we can see them pop up. But for some reason, it's not popping up on StreamYard, so I missed it. My bad, big dog. But yeah, go over the YouTube page and watch from there.
Shout out to Dubs Lane with the great content, bro.
Dubs Lane be on it, don't he?
Yeah, man.
That's my guy, man. We was roommates in right after boot camp.
Yeah, me and him cooler now than you and him is now. Me and Dubs Lane talk all the time, man. He hit me up way before he hit you up, big dog. I'm just letting you know. So, I appreciate you introducing us, man. But yeah, that's my dog now. You know what I mean?
You can have it, man. If it makes you feel like that, you can have it.
Wow,
man. Go to 5.
All right, man. Number 5, man. Oh, hold on. Garrett Wilson.
Hey, man.
You really think he about to lift off like that with A-Rod?
Dude had 1,100 yards last year. He gonna treat him. You know how Aaron Rodgers loves his number 1 receiver. He gonna treat him just like Devontae and make sure Garrett get the ball at all times. He gonna get it to him in slants, comebacks, go over the top, any and every type of way. Aaron Rodgers is gonna make sure that he gets the ball. Obviously, we talked about the O-line situation, but I think he's gonna always use Garrett as his escape route out of every time he gets into pressure. He's gonna find Garrett Wilson.
The only knock about Garrett Wilson, and it's not even a big knock, I mean, literally, is he's a small guy. and he's gonna get a lot of targets. That means he's gonna take a lot of hits.
True.
And I just hope he can stay healthy.
I like from that footage on Hard Knocks when him and Sauce was going at it, and the coach was like, man, they gonna make each other better, man. So they was going to war with each other. I like that. All right, we're almost there, man. Number 5, Patty Mahomes.
Golly.
Bijan Robinson. What's wrong, Chris?
The Chiefs fan put Patrick Mahomes at number 5. That's just crazy.
That's interesting, huh?
Yeah, I find that interesting.
And you know what? I already know why and who he got above him, and we're gonna have a problem when we get there. But until we get there, y'all go ahead and talk. Y'all talk about
he may have flip flops since last week, Chris.
Nope, I know exactly who up there.
It is summertime. I mean, it might be tank top flip flop season.
So here's the thing.
I gotta hear this.
Here's the thing. I'm a 1-5 guy. Exhibit
Obviously.
A. He is my highest rated quarterback on this list. So you don't know who's up there, Mr. LaCour.
Told you flip flop.
He's QB number 1 on the field and in our hearts. Period.
What?
This does sound like a eulogy, man. Forever in our hearts.
And his wife don't know what his
fried chicken.
His cheat meal is.
She is hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Cringy. Yeah. Hilarious is the wrong word. She's a cringe.
Huge cringe.
But yeah, now what else can I say about Pat Mahomes that hasn't been said?
About what? Abe Lincoln?
No, I said, what else can I say about Pat Mahomes that hasn't been said? Like, he's the best quarterback in the league. There's
but
no
you got him at number 5, so I don't forgot, but because I was in the zone, but I want to see the 4 you got ahead of him.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued now, especially if you said that he's your highest rated quarterback. I gotta know.
Yeah. Don't listen, guys. Don't worry. Be happy. It's cool.
I said take that poster down from behind your back, man.
Hold on. Pull that comment back up. What is that?
He said if you have any other quarterback over Patrick, take that poster down behind you.
I don't have any quarterback above Patrick. Well, I think I do.
Oh man. No, know what? No, don't even look. Just let it be a surprise to everybody. Let it be as Lamar.
Nah,
I like everybody having so much faith in this rookie coming in with this bad Atlanta offense, man. I'm
telling you,
he wasn't even in my top 25. I had him as a sleeper.
Hey, say his name
really?
again.
You didn't have him in your top 25? It's interesting.
I didn't have him. I had him as a sleeper.
Hey, Mel, say his name again.
Huh?
Say his name again.
Bijan.
We're gonna hear that all season.
Hey,
every time you do something.
I'm about to look and see which one of y'all spelled the name wrong on the thing.
Bijan. I'm telling you.
I just looked at my list. It was definitely LaCour that spelled it wrong.
Yeah, I'm about to send it to y'all because y'all think I can't spell
Bijan.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah, that's exactly how I spelled it.
No, I didn't. No, you and Lamar both spelled it wrong.
Hey,
who? Somebody spelled it wrong.
I probably.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I am not a spelling bee type champion, so I'm going with Bijan.
I spell everything the way it's pronounced.
Mel must have looked at Lamar's first and then ran with it when he seen Jay's.
Facts.
If Jay got it spelled right.
He said exactly what I did.
Jay, don't let Jay lie to y'all. Jay did not spell not one first name on his list. Neither did Jay number them. So I messed up the graphics so many times having to go back. I was like, shoot, I thought that was Jay's 6. That was his 7.
Hey, LaCour. Bet money I spelled his name right.
Why you betting me?
Boy,
I just agree with you. Bet Mel.
Do not bet that money. I'm telling you that right now.
Do it.
I'm sending it to y'all right now. Do
Nah,
not bet that money.
But I got Bijan there is because, like, here's my deal. When you got a quarterback that you're not so sure of, and I'm not sure of all Desmond Ridder, my thing is use that high draft pick in a football player that you got in Bijan. Now I know you're talking about Algiers and Cordell Patterson. They not him. Not only is he
Lamar, you are the one that spelled that wrong. My fault to cut you off.
I know. I'm okay with it. and it's not the fact that I think he's an elite running back, but if y'all see his route running, though, oh my God.
Yeah.
He's running routes better than receivers, bro.
Yeah, he literally don't have no weaknesses, man. But I don't trust Atlanta go better to use him right. How did they work out for Pierce in Houston?
Oh, he got hurt, I think.
Yeah, he was going off into the injury.
He was putting up huge numbers actually until he got hurt.
Yeah,
he was definitely a fantasy gem before he got hurt.
And Bijan we trust, and we got to see what Nick Chubb do without Hunt.
Nick Chubb is going to do Nick Chubb things.
Yeah, I hope
because he was doing that before Kareem Hunt. Remember, Kareem Hunt ain't been there this entire time.
That's true.
Nick Chubb been putting up monster numbers for years.
Now here's interesting right here. Jay got his QB at 5 and his tight end at 4. That's very because this is the thing, Jay. Everything that Kelsey is going to get is going to come from Pat Mahomes, but Mahomes is also going to be hitting several other people. Pause. So it's going to be hard for Kelsey to outscore.
You want to delay, Jay? You want to delay?
But did you see that though?
Yeah, but I'm saying you want to delay. I was like 30 seconds.
Who playing?
You know who playing? Look at them. Look at them.
Oh, we got to have him in there so they can get right.
Like this. That's when it happened.
Andy Reid letting their starters play for the whole first half. That's why they
ain't gonna play the first whole half. Come on, man. They playing
the whole first half.
No, they just got their touchdown. They back to park it. Come on, stop.
Yeah. That's really crazy that you got a pass catcher above the quarterback that's throwing the passes.
So when we're ranking the fantasy player, right? And what I took into consideration is there's other quarterbacks that you could get, i.e. your Josh Allen and your Jalen Hurts that you have right there, where you're still gonna get money. In that tight end position, Travis Kelce is by far the number one tight end. You can argue who's the number one receiver. No question. That's why Kelce's there.
That's fair.
But over Mahomes though.
Yeah.
He's not go outscore. What how many points did he score versus what Mahomes scored last year? That's what we gotta look at.
I think the quarterback's gonna score more every time, but even the way that they rate players, they always rate the skill player the skill player higher than the quarterback. I think in the draft that we just had, Kelce was ranked number 5 and Mahomes was number 26.
That's crazy.
Interesting. Yeah. I got Josh Allen number 4 just because he's still a freak of nature. He's still got an arm. He's still accurate and he can still run.
Still got 2 arms, actually.
They there. They over there.
And he still got Stephon Diggs, not to mention what's the other one? Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis coming into his own. I think he might have another target out there now too.
Man, listen, Gabe Davis is a trash receiver every week except for when they play the Chiefs. And
he go off.
Yeah, he gonna get 9. He'll get 9 catches, 3 touches, and 274 yards. It's always something crazy.
So,
Lamar, is this your highest rated quarterback?
No,
on your list?
No. I got one above Jalen Hurts.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Jalen Hurts is my second rated. I mean, it's self-explanatory. He's going to be able to get you the passing TDs, the passing yards, the rushing yards, and the rushing TDs. I mean, that's self-explanatory.
All right, number 3. We almost done. Now, this is really high for Austin Eckler. Really high.
Very high. That's very high.
Jay,
I'm telling you right now, whoever got Austin Eckler this high, he ain't getting the ball, man.
So listen.
Boy does not like Kellen Moore.
the Kellen Moore hate train is real.
It's on full effect right
But
now.
I haven't liked him for 3 years. I mean, it's the truth.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now y'all see the trap. Y'all see the cheese, but you don't see the trap.
Okay.
I have Austin Eckler ranked this high because I have everything in me that tells me by week 4 he will be in Arizona.
Of all places, Arizona.
Okay.
Random play. He won't be.
I'm not mad at that.
He won't be a Charger.
So you think his production is hinging on where he goes?
Absolutely.
I still wouldn't factor into where I ranked him at though.
Nah,
I still wouldn't
that's
do that.
high as hell.
No, because one thing about it is when you get him anywhere in the red zone, he's a threat either to catch the ball out the backfield or to run to score a touchdown. He's not gonna have the yards that he's had in the past, but he will definitely get the pay dirt. Because remember, even if he stays in as a Charger, the key is to win games to try to keep your job as Brandon Staley. So you got to. So they might not use him in between the 20s, but once you get to the 20, that's where he'll get his money. So will he, as a owner, as a team owner in the fantasy league, will he get his money? Yeah, absolutely.
It ain't a horrible take the think that Eckler could still be a fantasy stud. 3 might be really high for me though, but I'm not mad at Eckler being considered amongst the top 5 of his position though. I think he could be in that top 5 again. Now, Chris having Justin Jefferson at 3, I want to hear about because every expert, every ESPN app, every Yahoo app, where he's been drafted at so far this year, he's by far number 1. So for you to have him at 3, I'm interested to know why you got him at 3.
I mean, he's the best receiver in the league. He's the best receiver in fantasy. But I got 2 people that are better than him in fantasy, in my opinion. It's just simple as that. It's you. And when we get to my 1 and 2, you'll see why. But as a receiver, you can't place him lower than number 3 in fantasy because he's just that dynamic of a talent. Like he made Kirk Cousins look like an all pro, and that you have to do a lot
Make him look like Kurt Warner.
to make Kirk Cousins look like an all pro.
Listen, man. So we gotta remember, and I tried to remember this while I was doing the fantasy rankings. It's for fantasy football, not where you would rank them on their playability. You know what I'm saying? Who they are. So that's a totally different list. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's number 3. But I got 2 people that's gonna get more points than him.
I'm gonna tell you this. He doesn't have a lot of weapons around him that are gonna take the pressure off now.
No
Dalvin Cook is gone and Adam Thielen is gone.
So that's true. He got TJ Hawkinson.
So you have to honor Dalvin Cook and you have to honor Adam Thielen. You have to.
That's an underestimated loss, that Thielen. That's an underestimated loss. Cause that was really Kirk Cousins' favorite target. And then when Jefferson got there, it was,
My only knock on that take is that KJ Osborne emerged as a number 2 wide receiver last year more than Adam Thielen. So I don't think that loss is that severe as y'all making it seem like.
The way he hit Adam Thielen, bro.
No, I know what y'all saying,
they
but
had some chemistry.
I'm talking about last year. Osborne took a lot of Adam Thielen's targets.
That's because Thielen and Cook took a lot of pressure off everybody else, man. Because Justin Jefferson is number 1, but if you double cover Jefferson, Thielen gonna win. Or if you put everybody back in the secondary, you go to a dime defense and Dalvin Cook gonna eat you up. That's gone.
Thielen was Kirk Cousins' Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
That was his favorite target. The way Stafford was doing Cooper Kupp and the way Jared Goff was doing Cooper Kupp, that's what Thielen was to Kirk Cousins. So
until Jefferson got there.
Yeah. Imagine if Odell was still in LA and then all of a sudden you lose Cooper Kupp. That's gonna be what Jefferson would be this season.
And you go get Jordan Addison. That's a good point.
Yeah, I was just about to say Jordan Addison and KJ Osborne is still gonna take another. They're not gonna be dynamic receivers, but they're gonna be enough to watch and be like, okay. And then Justin Jefferson's still gonna get his money.
We'll see.
I hope so. All right, man. We down to the last two, man. Number 2. CMC for Jay. Jay's top 5 is interesting, and CMC was ranked number 1 for his position for all the experts and stuff like that everywhere online. So this ain't crazy, but I just don't trust it. Yeah. I don't think you would get 17 games out of CMC for sure.
It's an injury. He's injury prone.
So here's my thing, right? How many years can you miss time from being hurt? Like, God, dog.
So
like you got to string together 17 eventually.
Yeah. Okay. So look. So Jay, I will say this: San Francisco still got EJ Mitchell. They probably got a couple of more running backs that they could use as well. And Shanahan is a smart guy. I really think that they will not give such a heavy workload to Christian McCaffrey this season, and hopes to preserve him for the playoffs. But that also means his production is going to drop. So either he's going to have high production and get hurt, or he's going to have average production. And some games he'll have big games, but you know.
So for me, trusting Kyle Shanahan and using Debo more gimmicky and decoy would open up a whole lot of things for CMC out the backfield, lining CMC up on wheel routes and all kinds of things. He's gonna have 1,800 yards from scrimmage.
All purpose?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
So you think and I'm not mad at that, right? But you think that he'll be he'll think he'll be around long enough to get 1,800?
Yeah, I think it really depends on who's the quarterback. Like if Brock Purdy is the quarterback, absolutely. If it's Trey Lance, no.
So you think this is my thing. And this is the way, if I was a defensive coordinator, this is the way I would play the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to line up 8 in the box and make Brock Purdy beat me.
With those weapons, you got Brandon Ayuk, you got Debo Samuel, you got George Kittle. That offensive line is a monster. You gonna line 8 up in the box?
They have one monster on that offensive line. The rest of them ain't that great.
Hey, listen, that monster is monster enough to
more people.
Yeah,
to cover the left guard in the center. That's how monster Trent Williams is.
Yeah.
Hey, he's tough.
Yeah,
he
is tough.
I think CMC can give you 15 plus games this season, just for the simple fact that he's not the high usage anymore like he was in Carolina. That was the problem. He was the 1, 2, and the 3 option in Carolina, whereas now, it's a pick your poison offense. Either you sell out on Debo or you sell out on CMC.
He got 6 touchdowns. Like he had 8 touchdowns total for the year, but he was traded to San Francisco. Either he played 11 games with him or like week 11, but either way, it was over.
Was he playing before he got to San Francisco?
Yeah, he was playing, but he wasn't doing much because he's in Carolina and they weren't scoring nothing.
Yeah, I don't see 1,800 all purpose.
We can hear you, Jay. We can hear you, Jay.
I don't see all purpose, Jay, 1,800. I see him, probably getting close to 1,000 rushing and close to 500 receiving, maybe. So I see maybe 1,500 at the most. But to be on the safe side, maybe it'll be more like I don't know, between 12 and 13, really. So between 12 and 15, I can see 18. Nah, I don't see 1,800 all purpose. He won't get the ball that much. Now where his money gonna be at is he gonna be getting in the end zone? Is he gonna be scoring touchdowns? So Lamar, both of y'all got Patty at 2. And I respect that. Yeah, I mean Patty is Patty, man. So that mean taking Pat Mahomes first round in fantasy is not a bad idea. That's what y'all think. Y'all would really take.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I know a lot of people say don't take a quarterback round 1, but I'm like,
if your guaranteed moneymaker is there, like you seen who I drafted and with my second pick, right? Like I wasn't gonna risk letting that person go and missing out on a top fantasy point getter. You know what I'm saying? So Patrick Mahomes taking first, second round, I don't think that's crazy because there are certain people that are just automatic fantasy buckets.
Yeah.
And if you get them early, you're not gonna regret it. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes is one of those guys.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, it's just to me, it's self-explanatory.
All right, man. Number 1, man. This is gonna be very interesting.
Wow.
You just say that to do this? Say that to do this? Man, come on, man. Hey, man, in the show.
Wow.
You did that. Chris.
Go ahead, LaCour. Go ahead, defend yourself, man.
Oh my goodness.
What is there to defend, man?
Explain to everybody who hasn't done their draft yet why they should be taking Jalen Hurts
over Patrick Mahomes. That's what you just.
So here's and
number 1.
Chris got Jalen Hurts ranked number 1 as his number 1 fantasy player, not quarterback, player.
Oh, okay. I'm interested.
I will gladly explain, and it's as simple as this. We know. I appreciate the stage, Bill. Thank you. It's as simple as this. As dynamic a talent as Patrick Mahomes is, we already know what he can do. You know what I'm saying? He is that guy, right? The only question mark is who else is he throwing to? Jalen Hurts' receiving core is established and understood, and he has chemistry with them already as well. They both what? They put up almost 3,000 yards together last year between AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. Not to mention Jalen Hurts having what? Around 4,000 from scrimmage himself. So, and then he's got these running backs that he can do dump off screen passes to. That still gets him points. He's still going to be running. That's points. The touchdowns and the long completions to his receivers, or every completion, that's points. That's the only thing that separates Jalen Hurts from Patrick Mahomes for me, is because Patrick Mahomes, he's still changing wide receivers out. There's the only set receiver there that with some chemistry is Travis Kelce and maybe Sky Moore now, and maybe MVS. But Jalen Hurts is got this.
What about Kadarius Toney?
Nah.
No, Kadarius Toney only played what?
Now Kadarius Toney gonna miss some time. That's without a doubt. I mean, that's expected as a Chiefs fan.
Now, like I said, this is not taken away from Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes can make anybody look good, but you cannot discount chemistry. And
it's real interesting in his pitch to explain why Jalen Hurts is the number 1 fantasy player in 2023. The first 5 sentences was about Patrick Mahomes. I think that's interesting. That's like if a girl say like, why should I let you take me to the prom? And then you be like, well, old boy, he ain't got this. No, tell me what you got. Why are you talking about the other dude? Talking about the
I had to preface the situation.
All I remember was Mahomes this, Mahomes that, and I want to know what Jalen Hurts is gonna do to prove that we should take him number one.
He gonna put up those numbers again. Like he gonna put up better numbers than he was.
You think he gonna put up better numbers this year than he did last year?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's keep in mind. Jalen Hurts was only what two missed games away from winning MVP.
Now I give you that he was on the MVP trajectory. I mean, because we done 2 or 3 shows about if it's gonna be Pat Mahomes or Jalen Hurts. I still think Jalen Hurts should have won MVP. Quite honestly,
he had that one little injury, and that bumped him down from getting MVP.
Come on now, man. All right, I get what you're saying. You want to show Jalen Hurts love? Like, calm down, though. Like, deserved it over it. Come on. Look, here's my thing that I think is getting missed between Jalen Hurts and Patrick. Patrick can scramble. Can he do it to the elite level of Jalen Hurts? No, that's obvious.
No.
Patrick's going to throw in maybe 400 or 500 rushing yards because he gets a lot of scramble yards when a lot of plays break down, and that improv stuff doesn't work sometimes. So he will get, he'll get some rushing yards. He's gotten some rushing TDs. Maybe throw 3 or 4 in there, cool. But dude's about to throw for almost 5,500 yards and at least 40 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts ain't throwing for no 40 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts ain't throwing for no 4,000 yards. I mean, that's tough, Chris.
He just can't.
Yeah.
He can't.
Who can't?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts can't.
But he still got that ground. He still got that ground game.
The ground game is what saves him. You know what I mean? But and I will tell you this: how did he get hurt last year on running the ball?
Yeah.
So they're gonna try to do that less to keep him healthy.
You got to.
Here's the thing:
I think you can't be a 4,000 yard.
Your backup is Marcus Mariota. You can't run Jalen Hurts like you were last year. Your backup is Marcus Mariota. You take too many hits as a running quarterback, and you're going to have to put Marcus Mariota in there? No.
And who the backup in Kansas City? Fried chicken. Is that the backup?
Nah, it's Blaine Gabbert. Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah, but
Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Patrick is not he's not putting himself in those positions on a higher rate as Jalen Hurts to take those hits in the rushing factor.
That man said, "Put him in positions to take them hits." That man is nasty.
At a higher rate, you can't
at a higher rate.
You know.
Yeah,
hey, but listen,
grams per minute.
Hey man, I like Jalen Hurts, and I really don't want to say this, but it needs to be said. We've seen his ceiling. Jalen Hurts will never be better than he was last year.
Stop.
He will never be better than he was last year.
All he got to do is sustain it. 4 or 5 million.
No. Because everything that could go right went right. They were like the healthiest team in the history of football. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't have no injuries.
Except
was like
for
the only injury.
Yeah, like everything that went right could have went right for the Eagles, and they had the easiest schedule in the whole NFL. We've seen the ceiling. We've seen listen, a drop back from last year. You still have a all-pro quarterback. I'm not saying that he's trash or anything like that. Well, so even if he sustained it, that's still the ceiling. What I'm telling you is,
I find to be crazy, man.
There's not another level that he could check in to go higher. You know what I'm saying?
And
some guys
I disagree with that. Y'all. Man, I really disagree with that. I definitely think that he takes another step forward. He becomes a smarter quarterback. He becomes more of a quarterback, but he still uses his legs as an advantage. But I think he takes a step forward in his passing game, and I definitely think he becomes a 4,500 yard passer this year.
So if he here's the thing, here's the funny thing about that, Chris. If he takes a step forward, the only step forward is Pat Mahomes. He's still not that. He won't ever be that.
He's not going to give you 4,500. He's not going to give you 40. He's not going to give you 4,500 yards through the air because they don't throw the ball enough to give you 4,500 yards through the air.
And dude, just look at the history of Alabama quarterbacks. Like this, is the best you ever gonna get that came out of Alabama. Period. Period.
Yeah.
I disagree, man. Right back to what they used to be.
Yeah, you won't. Hey, he's remember he's the same guy that got benched for Tua. Like he's like that guy's still in there.
And we seeing which decision paid off because Tua can't keep a concussion away, and Jalen Hurts already been to his first Super Bowl.
Right, and you got it, and that's a valid point, Chris. But Tua still throws the ball better than Jalen Hurts.
Absolutely not. Hell no. Hell, do you know how many times Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill had to come back to the ball? Are you serious?
You know how many times AJ Brown saved Jalen Hurts? Just by being JJ Brown?
You know how many perfect back
Jalen Hurts throws he throws the best pop-up pass in the NFL.
Jalen Hurts threw the best football I've seen this entire season in the Super Bowl. The best pass I've seen, the one where he threw AJ Brown open.
He threw AJ Brown open and the two DBs missed the interception?
Yes.
Trent McDuffie jumped too early. Like he didn't throw him open.
He did. Because that's a pick.
It was a bad quarterback play.
He threw AJ Brown open.
Come on, man. That's bad cornerback play.
Because they were running together. Him and the DB were running together. He threw that to the back far corner. AJ Brown cut the move.
Yeah, but hold on, Chris.
AJ Brown open.
Or that ball was caught right at the goal line.
We had this conversation in Super Bowl. AJ Brown was headed in another direction, and he literally saw, oh shit, he threw it.
He threw him open.
That is AJ Brown.
But if Tom Brady would have did that, that's why Tom Brady the GOAT. Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback to ever do it. Y'all saw how he threw.
You won't never hear me say that.
Or if Patrick Mahomes,
you won't never hear.
That's just Patrick Mahomes shit. Patrick Mahomes do the same shit.
You won't never hear me say that.
Patrick Mahomes don't do the same shit. Open. He throw his receivers open. That pass was the greatest pass I saw all last season.
I thought he threw him open. I thought he threw it in a place where only he could get it. It was double coverage. It's only so many places you can put the ball when you see two defenders right there. You got to put it where only the receiver can get it. So why do you
think he threw that pass? Let's just go back to the basics. Why do you think he even threw that pass?
Because he had trust in the bigger receiver that was going to make a play on it.
AJ Brown.
Of course, because if that was me, he wouldn't have threw it. You know what I mean? But it's 6'3", big old T.O. looking dude back there.
With certified hands.
And that's why.
But hold on, man.
So you mean to tell me that if you this all-world quarterback, you got an all-world receiver, and you know that if you throw it here, that he gonna understand you and go get that, which is exactly what happened. You not gonna do that?
It's not. He understood him. He saw that the ball was in a bad spot, and AJ Brown wouldn't made a play on it because that's what AJ Brown does.
Yeah, but I agree 100% with you, except for the part where you say the ball was in a bad spot. He put the ball. He put the ball in the spot.
Defenders, Mel,
that's what I'm saying. So why?
Defenders and that safety had a play on it. He just jumped early.
But you got to ask yourself why the two defenders couldn't make the play that AJ made.
Because it's AJ Brown.
Okay, so that means if we know that's AJ Brown, you don't think Jalen Hurts know that's AJ Brown? He said that's why he threw AJ Brown. This is where I'm gonna put the ball at, and I know AJ can go get it, and those two dudes are not gonna be able to go get it.
It's not Mel, you're giving him a lot of credit. It's not he just put the ball there. He threw the ball up in the air. He just threw it up. No, because he knows AJ Brown wins those 50-50 balls. That's what he does.
If that was so bad of a throw, right? Then AJ Brown should have called it all crazy looking, right? But no, it was in the bucket.
He did.
It was in the bucket.
He catch it all crazy.
No, he didn't.
AJ Brown contorted his whole body to catch that ball. He did catch it crazy.
Yeah.
Look,
what are you talking about? It ain't like it just came. It ain't like it just flew between both defenders and he caught that thing in stride and then jogged in the end zone.
Throwing up a jump ball for your receiver to make a play on it has been done by the best of the quarterbacks out there.
What do you think Matthew Stafford and
It's
Calvin
been
Johnson
done by
was
the best.
doing?
Nobody had anything to say. Hold on, Corey. Nobody had nothing to say about Kyler Murray when he threw that D-hop down there somewhere.
The Hail Murray.
Everybody said that was everybody said, "Oh man, good job, Kyler Murray." Nobody said that he wasn't no good quarterback because he threw that up there.
Oh man, nobody's saying Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback, but I'm saying that's not the best pass of the season. That's not even in the top 50. That's all I'm saying.
That man shot
Nobody's
his shot.
taking anything away from Jalen Hurts.
That man shot his shot.
Damn
That's
sure
what he
know
did.
Dak Prescott ain't got none.
He
of
did.
them top
He
passes.
shot his shot. What'd you say?
I said we damn sure know Dak Prescott ain't had none of them top passes.
Rasheed Rice.
Well, you know what, Chris, if you broke your thumb and had a screw in it as a joint, you'd be asking for workman's comp and be out for 6 months. That dude was out for 5 weeks.
I had
to hear it.
I had to get my Dallas shot in, Corey, man. It's been too long.
I got you.
It's been too long.
Don't trip.
Somebody in the comment section said Dak play with panties on.
We know the Vicky secret. We know the Victoria's secret.
We soon shall see.
Goddamn Dakota Rain, my boy.
I like that logo, the Bottom Line Sports, man. Dak will have one this year. What, a Super Bowl? That's interesting.
Dak gonna have a big season.
Corey, we need to go subscribe to the Bottom Line Sports on YouTube.
Hey, shout out to them. I don't
know who that is, but I'm gonna check them out.
Oh, you know him, Lamar?
Yeah. Flo, Cam, Omar, Jake. Yeah, they got some dope content that I collab with them before.
Yeah, I'm about to go
check them out.
Appreciate the stop by.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check them out.
Yeah, because I shared the joint in IOW, so they be in there. So yeah, flow.
Oh, one highlight throw for sure. It'll be to somebody in a different jersey, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hey, so Corey, what
offense went from 24th to 3rd in 2 weeks.
Hey Corey, here's the question for you. What does Dak have to do for you to say that he needs another year in Dallas?
This year?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I want at least 8. Man, we got to get the NFC Championship. We got to. At least.
So if y'all don't get to the NFC Championship, it's time to turn the page from Dak.
You definitely can't pay him that much money no more.
Dak gonna be in Tennessee next year if he don't get it done this year.
Hey, why Tennessee though?
He gonna be in Tennessee because they need a quarterback, and because he's the only 10 I see. That's
Oh my God!
Let's put it down. Let's go. Wait, I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know what the hell, email. What the hell was that? What? Yo, he's slapping his knees on that dad joke. Like, I'm laughing more that he's slapping his knees on that dad joke, dog. I got a knee slapper. Yeah.
with the witty Hutton check, boy.
Hey, he took it old school. That Mel is what Winston Marcus would look like now. Age Mr. Marcus. There you go.
Oh man, this man called me Mr. Marcus, man. Of course, I don't know who that is because I'm upstanding. I'm an upstanding individual, man. I don't, I have no clue who that is, man. I think I heard, but I don't. I have no clue. No clue. All right, man. We just hit 2 hours, man. So we go ahead and end it, man. Appreciate y'all for coming in. If you haven't subscribed to Man Down, go ahead and subscribe to Man Down on YouTube. Subscribe to ILW Sports on YouTube. And come check both our Facebook groups and Facebook pages out as well. We got content there. We got a lot of conversation, a lot of debates that go on in there, just not the podcast content, man. So make sure y'all go do that on both platforms. And then I guess next week we'll be doing two more divisions previews, and then we'll probably we already did our top 10 quarterbacks. We go ahead, or did we do running backs?
No, we did
week?
top 5 quarterbacks.
We only did 5. Well, yeah. we need to we need to go a little bit further. 10 is not enough. I think we probably should do at least 15 to 25, man, because that covers round 1 and round 2 really for 12-man teams. So in fantasy, yeah. So I think we'll start doing it by position, and we'll go all the way to I'm gonna try 25. So let's do 25, right? Because we did 25 for the receivers, but we only revealed the 10 on video. I revealed the rest of it all with the 25 in the comments in the description, so y'all can see how everybody had it. But when we got more time to do the show, we'll be able to get through the whole 25 on video for y'all. So but yeah, let's work on receivers. Let's do top 25 receivers in fantasy. And we'll go over that next episode.
So this was just top 25 fantasy overall, and now we're doing.
Yeah, now we go hit each position.
All right, and we're doing receivers next week.
Yeah, let's do receivers.
All right, that's a bet. Top 25.
Unless y'all want to start with running backs. I mean, which one y'all want to do?
It's up to you. You the producer, man.
Running backs would be easier.
You the boss, man.
Receivers, that's gonna be long.
No, we're only doing 25. All right.
I don't know about that.
So we'll do running backs. That sound better. We'll do running backs.
25.
Yep.
All right, that's a bet.
Who y'all?
Is it 25 running backs in the NFL?
It's 25 running backs in Baltimore.
And now it's 25 running backs in Philly too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
and 0 in Kansas City. All right, man. We'll catch y'all next episode, man. Peace.